Hello everyone, hope you're having a wonderful day. So Gears 6 could be shown this year, but people aren't ready. So just for perspective, Gears 5 came out in 2019. It had a mixed reception. It had a lot of technical issues when it first launched, like the infinite load-in screen and achievements not popping up being some of the more widespread issues. But over time, the game was updated with a lot of content updates, cosmetics, multiplayer, and then they had the Hivebusters DLC, which was incredible. It basically gave you the origin stories of the escape characters, showcasing the war from different perspectives, and showcasing how the local wildlife and local communities are dealing with the swarm. I really thought it was incredible how they highlighted the animals of the Gears franchise in that way to show that everyone is seeing the swarm as an invasive species that needs to be dealt with. But either way, it was good, but a lot of people have been starved for Gears content, especially considering this is one of Microsoft's biggest franchise, right up there with Halo. Like, a lot of people bought Xbox 360 because of Gears of War. And even though Gears 5 has mixed reception, also with the narrative, because the finale of the game, basically they pull a Halo 2, and it was the worst type of Halo 2. They somehow were able to up the ante with Halo 2's ending, and they decided we're going to make it even worse. Trust me. It's really bad. But yeah, let's see this article. In the most recent episode of Kinda Funny XCast, the topic of Gear 6 came up with the host Paris Lilly and the leading guest Jeff Grubb making their predictions. They both claimed that something related to Gear 6 will happen this summer, prompting many to believe that the reveal will come during the Xbox Summer Showcase. They could also be just hyping up to release the Gears of War collection that's rumored to come out this year, which would include all 3 Gears of War games, which I think will be wonderful. Gears of War 3 is underappreciated as one of the better co-op games of that generation. It's absolutely spectacular. And there's also a rumor that it's going to come to PlayStation, which would be incredible as well. I would love if it came to PlayStation, give PlayStation fans a chance to play this franchise. Sea of Thieves just came out to PlayStation. I believe it's out, but I don't know. But yeah, so I know I'm probably made a lot of enemies there, but Microsoft doesn't believe in exclusives anymore. They released all their games on both Xbox and PC nowadays, and bringing it to PlayStation is probably the next step. The Verge, Tom Warren collaborated with these claims, adding more credence to the rumors that are swirling. It's claimed that the Coalition has been working on the next Gears of War game, widely assumed to be Gears 6, for at least a year, so it's likely a good amount of meat on the bones to reveal something during the Xbox Summer Showcase. That should be the case. I mean, this is one of their biggest franchises, and seeing that Halo Infinite has kind of just been put into a skeleton crew mode where they stopped doing seasons and now just doing short-term operations, it kind of makes sense that they would probably put more effort into Gears of War now. Granted, what happened to Halo Infinite was their own fault. They kept contract workers and then fired them and then tried to bring in new talent. It was just like, I don't know what the hell they were thinking with that management issue. It was just like, you guys didn't learn your mistakes from Halo 4, Halo 5, then you nailed it with Halo Infinite, and then you decide not to capitalize on it. It's just like, what the hell? Speaking in a cryptic post on Reset Era, Shinobi602 suggested that Gears 6 will be mind-blowing visuals. This comment was made in response to users fawning over screenshots of Hellblade 2. Wait until you see Gears, people aren't ready. I don't know about that. Right now, visuals have gotten so realistic nowadays that, yeah, it looks beautiful, but at the same time, it's just like, I don't know how much more photorealistic you can get. Like, I don't know if any of you have seen the Cyberpunk 2077 mods for the photorealism in that game. Dear God, I swear, if you would have put that on the local news, I'm sure it would have fooled a lot of people. Heck, Resident Evil 7 still looks like a realistic world. But, yeah, like at this point, visuals have gotten so incredible that, I don't know, like it can look great, but you need to have a certain style and presentation to that. Granted, Gears does have that, no doubt about it. But I'm just saying, like, I'm sure it's going to look spectacular, but at this point, beautiful visuals aren't enough. There is no further substance to that line, but given that many Gears 6 will be a true next-gen game, I don't know what that's supposed to mean because we've been in this generation for a couple of years, it would understandably be posed to flaunt the full process and power of the new, whatever hardware comes next for Xbox. Yeah, that new Xbox Series XX, I don't know what it's called, but it's rumored to be a only digital console, which really brings fear into my spine because as we've seen with a lot of things that have happened, I don't know if anyone has seen the Accursed Farms video on publishers taking away ownership of people's games. But it's getting very scary where you don't even own the disc that you buy. Interesting fact, Starfield and Halo Infinite don't include the full game on the disc. And I'm not talking about the multiplayer, I'm talking about the content within the campaign. You have to download the rest off a server, which is just, what the hell? Even if what's shown at the Xbox Summer Showcase a little more than a title flash, it'll stoke the hype train nice and early for players residing on Team Green. It's already been 5 years since Gears 5 was released, and there's a hunger for there for a new iteration that would be satiated quite nicely with a new major update title in the series. I agree, but again, Team Green, the game's going to come out on PC as well. At the same time, you know what would be a Giga Chad move? If they released it this year. Like, right now, Sony doesn't have any big titles to release this year, except for Stellar Blade. That's probably going to be a really big system seller because of all the controversy. You guarantee there are going to be people out there from both sides just, you know, doing their own thing. But maybe that's not going to be a system seller. I don't know. It looks fun, but in Gears' sake, what if they release the Gears of War collection, like they shadow release it and just say, okay, you want to play the Gears of War collection? It's available right now. And then they say, oh, and by the way, Gears 6 is coming out later this year. That would be wild. I know I'm kind of like thinking of the best possible outcome, but as a Gears of War fan, I really just want Gears 6. And I'm just really thirsty to know how they're going to go forward with the story, especially in Gears 5 and how it ended. Yeah, the ending was terrible, but I don't want to spoil it, but there is a section, I'm sure a lot of us already know what I'm talking about, where the story goes in two different directions. So yeah, we'll see how that turns out, because that was a critical thing to do. But yeah, tell me what you think in the comments below. Do you think that they're going to release the Gears of War collection that's rumored this year? Or do you think they're going to release both this year? Tell me what you think. Also, do you think they're going to release it on PlayStation? I love to hear other people's opinions. Until then, like, sub, dislike, whatever you want. Bye.